What's up, world? This is Mr. Nicholas King Bolek Brown. This is day 74. That's right, day 74 going live. Now, again, the initial goal was to go live for 30 days, and we have made it to day 74. And it's been a great journey as we keep growing and progressing through these things, through our trials and tribulations. I would say that, let me see, what would I say? Man, just consistently doing this, man. So as a kind of, not necessarily a recap of my day, but I've been working, we all have been working on our online presence. So we went to this class held and hosted by David Shands of the morning meetup and the podcast summit. It was held at the Creators Clubhouse. And we took a lot of notes. We got a lot of resources on how to best create content definitely for the year, but create content for our business and for us to present ourselves as the authority on whatever it is that our business offers, whether it's sales something or services something. And I think I ended up putting together an ebook today, which was basically like a 13-step guide to, man, what was it called? I forgot what it's called. But it's pretty much going to give you give some examples on some of the methods that we use in regards to raising our children. Like one of the first things was like, identity. Giving our children an identity comes before education and going to school and stuff like that. Children that know who they are develop a sense of pride, and they're less likely to be misled and manipulated by society. And understanding that history is not a thing of the past, it's something that's alive and well in the present, and something that we need and that we bring forth into the future by way of from our parents to us and to our children. So it's not a thing of the past, it's living in the present, and we need it for the future. For instance, the thing that your mother or your father or grandparents may have taught you, they taught it to you, which came from them, which kind of come from the past. It's like a bridge and a link in the chain. Now you know it, and you teach those same things to your child, which moves into the future, the next generation. And you teach it well and instill it, then they take it and impute it into their children, they apply it. So the past and the future is now in the present. And it's important. As I always remember that we stand on the shoulders of giants, from their sacrifices, their works, their learning, their everything. We couldn't be who and what we are without the things that the people that we counted on that came before us. So we must always remember to give grace, love, compassion, and credit to the ones that came before us. And we also must lead by example and hold ourselves to a higher standard as we represent ourselves and as we represent them. It's only right. Move the box to the floor, bro. So, I wrote a little statement today, kind of expressing how I felt, and I just put it into chat and going over to make a little overview. And I asked it, what did it mean? And what did it say about, bless your ring, what does this say about me and my state of mind? And it says, matter of fact, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna let it play. I haven't even read it yet. Let me see what it says. I just did it. Bless your ring. I'm gonna let it play.
It says several clear, consequential things about you and your state of mind, none of them accidental. First, You are grieving, but you are not collapsing.
Yes,
Your
bro.
words show acute, ongoing grief that is being actively managed, not suppressed, and not allowed to dominate your behavior. You are aware of the pain, you name it directly, and you choose restraint. That indicates emotional literacy and self-governance under pressure. Second, you are consciously exercising discipline over impulse. You explicitly acknowledge rage, sorrow, and the temptation to crash out, yet you emphasize choice, control, and refusal. This reflects a mind operating in command mode, not absence of emotion, but mastery over it. That is a hallmark of psychological strength, not denial. Third, your identity is anchored in responsibility, not feelings. You frame your actions through duty, being an example, protecting siblings, honoring your mother's expectations, and carrying legacy. This indicates a values-centered mindset where responsibility outranks emotional comfort. That is how leaders think during loss. Fourth, your faith and meaning structures are intact. Even under profound grief, you reference faith, purpose, and continuity. This signals that your worldview has not fragmented. You're integrating loss into your narrative rather than letting it shatter your sense of self. Fifth, you are in an active transformation phase. The language of evolution, standing on shoulders, and being witnessed suggests you are consciously reframing suffering as a catalyst rather than an endpoint. This is not escapism. It is meaning-making, which is one of the most resilient psychological responses to trauma. Sixth, you are tired, but still oriented forward. There is exhaustion in your tone, but not hopelessness. You are pushing forward deliberately, even when it costs you. That indicates resilience with strain, not burnout or despair. In summary, your state of mind is grieving, disciplined, responsibility-driven, faith-anchored, and purpose-oriented. You are carrying heavy emotional weight while maintaining behavioral control and moral direction. That is not numbness. That is strength under load. If there is a risk to monitor, it is not weakness. It is carrying too much alone for too long. Strength like this must eventually be reinforced, not just displayed. If you want, I can also identify what stage of grief you are functionally operating in, translate this into leadership psychology terms, flag early warning signs to watch for without pathologizing, help you design a private outlet that does not undermine your public strength. You are not unraveling. You are enduring and shaping meaning while you do it.
Okay, that's what it said. Let's see. If you want, I can also identify which stage of grief you are functionally operating in. Let me see what that is. See what it says about that. You ain't hear nothing I said. Nah, man, I already told you can come ask me the same thing. We finna, oh yeah, we watching Godfather. We just finished watching Godfather 2. We finna watch Godfather 3. We gotta watch Scarface. We gotta watch Donnie Brasco. And some more. We're gonna watch John Gotti. Watching movies as a family. Now, we're not gonna watch all of them tonight. But we gotta watch, we already watched Godfather 1. Y'all ready for the morning meal up in the morning?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, I bet you did. Well, y'all can go to bed so y'all can be refreshed.
2 days seems like a lot of time.
Huh?
2 days seems like a lot of time.
What you mean?
Well, you have to get up every day at a certain amount of time, at a certain time. It seems like it's more, like it seemed like it was 3 or 4 days instead of just 2 days on the weekend.
Okay. Okay, so I just say, for anybody that's dealing with grief, I would say stay positive. Work on building your faith as strong as you can. Understand and realize it's not the end, because if you can look at it like it's not the end, and that the person that you're grieving about, or the people that we're grieving about, it's not over with, that we'll meet again and they had other work to go do, or they transcended to another phase of life, then that gives you a sense of comfort, a sense of hope, and I think it relieves a certain level of maybe pain and desperation. Not all of it, but it's better than just thinking it's just black and it's the end is over. I don't believe that God will have us to be born as a child, growing through all these years, and to go through all these experiences and learn all these life lessons and build these families and have these children and build these connections for one day to be over with and it's just nothing. It sounds incomplete. Now, I don't have all the facts or know how everything works, but I know that from studying our people from Egypt, from ancient times, from when they found, like, I guess you could say the mummies and stuff like that, they used to be buried with a lot of artifacts and wealth and things like that, as if they were expecting to go somewhere. So I think this right here is just probably the midpoint. It kind of seems like, just think about it. Before we were born, we had to have come from somewhere. And now that we're here. And now that we leave this place, we must be going somewhere else. So it's an interesting thing. It can be scary. It could be depressing if you don't get your mind strong, but you got to get a strong mind. You get a strong mind by working on your mind, self-development and mindset development. Because if you have a weak mind, a lot of these losses and these pains that we go through in this life, it makes a lot of people can't handle it, and they kind of give up, they break, and they become shells of themselves. And we can't allow that to happen. We can't allow that to happen. And we also gotta lead by example, so these children and these ladies, or these children, these women, these kids will have, and the men too, will have some example of strength that they can lean towards and gain strength from. But okay, so I'll say stay faithful, enjoy as much family time as possible, leave all the negativity in the previous years. Don't even bring that up no more. Move forward in a positive manner. Love on each other. Enjoy the present. Focus on the future, and focus on the ones who come after us. Put them in the best position that we can, so they can not only survive, but they can thrive. I'm gonna play this last part. I'm telling you about the
Based on your language, framing, and behavioral orientation, you are functionally operating between two stages of grief, with one clearly dominant. Primary stage, acceptance. Active, responsibility-based acceptance. This is not passive acceptance or emotional resolution. It is operational acceptance. You acknowledge the reality of your mother's passing without resistance or denial. You are not bargaining, questioning fairness, or attempting to undo the loss. Instead, you have integrated the truth of it into how you live, decide, and lead. Key indicators. You speak of her homegoing with clarity, not disbelief. You orient your actions around legacy, duty, and forward motion. You accept the permanence of the loss while choosing how you respond to it. You frame your life as continuing with purpose after the loss. This is acceptance expressed through discipline and meaning, not emotional calm. Secondary stage, depression, functional, contained depression. This stage is present but contained, not dominant. You openly acknowledge deep pain, daily sorrow, and emotional weight. However, this sadness is not paralyzing you or removing you from your responsibilities. Instead, it exists beneath the surface while you continue to function at a high level. Key indicators. You describe the pain as ongoing and difficult to articulate. You reference daily internal battles with rage and sorrow. You do not describe hopelessness, withdrawal, or loss of purpose. You continue to show up, lead, and protect others. This is not clinical depression. It is grief-based sadness held under discipline. Stages. You are not operating in denial. You fully acknowledge the reality and finality of the loss. Anger, externally expressed. You recognize anger internally, but do not externalize it destructively. Bargaining. There is no fixation on if only or alternative outcomes. Functional summary. You are in acceptance with residual depression. This is a psychologically advanced but high-load state. It allows leadership, productivity, and meaning, but it requires intentional release mechanisms over time. If unmanaged, the risk is not emotional collapse. It is emotional accumulation. If you want next steps, I can. Map what healthy progression looks like from here. Identify how to discharge grief without compromising strength. Help you distinguish between discipline and suppression. Design a private grief protocol that aligns with your values. You are not stuck. You are carrying.
That what Chet saying. We're going to keep moving forward because we got to. We just got to. This is a relay race. As hard as and challenging as it may be, got to find the bright side. What DMX said in the movie, in the song Slipping, said we got to find the meaning in the suffering. Got to find a meaning for it, because if not, we'll be subject to despair. And that's no good for any of us. I'm constantly thinking about the children and the next generation and what they need from the guidance, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Definitely how to, like, certain standards and expectations that we are expecting for them. Because if we have low expectations, if we have low expectations instead of high expectations, if they're low, then that's the highest that they will elevate and aspire to. But we have high expectations, then there's a certain standard and a level that they always must strive for. And they will know that that's the expectation. But when there is no expectation about children or anybody, then people tend to do the bare minimum. Bless you. So we must continue to lead by example, be the change that we need to see or want to see. And I would say I always keep God and family first, and I always be looking for ways that God works and communicate. Like I realize God communicates with us and works with us, works through us, through other people, and works through other life forms in nature, whether it be wind or any other living organisms or living beings. Whether you see ants, bugs, birds, dogs, you name it. That's just my perspective that I have so far on it. And I'm always learning, aspiring to learn more to get a better understanding. Oh, excuse me. I remember when I used to go to church and stuff that make sense. And I would ask questions, you just say you just gotta believe. From a child to a grown-up, this stuff, it just never made sense to me. That's why I must study. That's why we must study. What Malcolm X said, out of all subjects, out of all something, history is best required to reward our research, or something like that. I gotta look it up. Gotta do some more reading, some more studying. But yeah, this is day 74. My continuation of going live. I'm looking forward. Well, tomorrow will be day 75. I'm looking forward to going to day 100. When the initial goal is to go live for 30 days. Went live for 30 days. Now I got my sights on going live for day 100. And on top of 100, 150, and then looking at an entire year, the 365 days. That is a tremendous, it is a tremendous accomplishment for myself. And now that I know, since I've been able to go live for 74 days in a row, I got the equipment for my podcast show. I could have been doing it. But now that I've made it to 74 days going live, it inspires me to take that more seriously and to really create my platform so I can what I'm going to do with it. I think I may want to do some interviews, but I also want to do some uplifting and educating. and giving out resources and things like that. Say, for instance, if you got somebody that wants or needs to elevate their mind, to expand their thinking, and with the least amount of efforts possible, and they don't want to read or don't like to read, you can go on YouTube right now. You can type in Les Brown. You can listen to Les Brown. You can type in E.T. Hip Hop Preacher. You can learn from him. And one thing I like to listen to, in addition to Brian Tracy, is Napoleon Hill's Faceless YouTube page. It's one of my favorite things to listen to. Favorite things to listen to. Napoleon Hill is the author of Think and Grow Rich. Was it Master Keys to Success? And one of my favorite books of all time is called Outwitting the Devil. Check him out. Give me some feedback. Let's create a dialogue. I'll see you this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Jackson at the Med Grill from Friday. What I say? 11 to 2, something like that? Probably 11 to 2 or something like that. Saturday at the Barnes & Noble from 11 to 2. And Sunday at the Civil Rights Museum from 5 to 7. So check us out. Come support. Get you some books. Get some ebooks. Get you one of these fly motivational shirts created by the Boss Brothers. You can get it for $28. We can you send me a DM, send me a Cash App, or hit me on Square or our Stand store. I'll gladly ship it to you. We have sizes from small, medium, large, and we have a few extra large. So get them while supplies last. We got the Boss Brothers I Am shirts, and we also have Boss Brothers Rise. What is Bo? Rise, Shine, Hustle, and Grind. So support the movement. Get you one of these shirts. Y'all, limited edition. Also got some sunglasses. So support the movement this way. These are part of our fundraiser. We've done fundraisers with Chipotle. We've done fundraisers with Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, this is our newest fundraiser. So we're gonna do fundraiser with these shirts, bro. What that sound like? Fundraiser. Support our fundraiser by getting the shirt, $28. $28. We can ship it for you, free shipping. Support our fundraiser by getting one of our books or several of our books, from our paperback books, our ebooks. Like I say, we got 2 designs on these shirts so far. We got sunglasses, and we got much more on the way. I am your host, Mr. Nicholas King Bolek Brown, Father of the Year. Not just saying that Father of the Year. Yes, I'm a great father, not by my own admission, but from the recognition and accolades I keep receiving from my family and friends and from the city and the world over. So, and also I got awards for it as well. And we got awards. Boss Brothers got Community Impact Awards. I got Father of the Year Awards. I got a proclamation or so for my birthday that I was given for being an outstanding citizen for the city of Jackson for Ward 3. And all this is from a child that has grown up and come from Christian Brotherhood, Northwest Jackson. And if I can do it, you can do it too. The main key to being a great father or a great parent is being active and being present. And we must model the behavior that we want to see in our children. If you want the children to read, let's start reading. You want the children to study, start studying with them. If you can't, put them in front of somebody that does. We must elevate the mindset of our youth and our children and our society. Most of our people that we see on the news, they get killed, they normally getting killed by another black person. We elevate the mind and instill these principles, crime will go down, so the murders will go down, and the prison rate will go down. That way, families will stop being so negatively impacted by crime in this way. Because when someone takes someone away from another family, there's at least two families that suffer. You got the family that's losing the person, which is a whole bunch of people, and you got the other family that's losing the person that's going to jail, which is a whole bunch of people. And we can solve these problems ourselves by just tapping into a mindset shift. As we tap and start working on ourselves and we become better, everything around us become better. We become better, our children become better, our nephews and nieces become better, our household become better, and our neighborhoods and our community become better. So let's do it. It's like I guess it's a challenge. I maybe put a challenge, a mindset challenge or something like that. I see people doing vision board parties and things like that. We're gonna put together some soon. I am a huge advocate for vision boards. Over the years, I have done probably 10, that's more than 10. I'll just say 10 to 20 vision boards. I still have my first vision boards. I have vision boards that are older than my children. Definitely, they say older than my 2 youngest children for sure. And I still have them. And so, as I grow with my vision boards. Matter of fact, I might bring one of my vision boards to the meet and greet this weekend. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put together a flyer for a vision board party. And the location will be to be announced or to be determined. TBD. So yeah, y'all support the movement. If you like what I'm talking about, you like what I'm doing, please like, share, and subscribe. Support by getting a shirt, one of these shirts. Get a gift for someone. It don't have to be for you. Get a gift for someone. Somebody you want to inspire and you want to see them do well in life and you want to see them be successful. Get them a Boss Brother book. Get them all the Boss Brothers book. They can get the physical copies and you can get them the digital copies so they can get the ebooks on their phones or tablets and things like that. Get them a pair of sunglasses, style them up that way. We got so many things that we're going to be producing. And this is part of us teaching our children to be entrepreneurs. Our mission is to teach entrepreneurship and the value of a strong family. By us building a strong family, we are able to educate our children and inspire them to be entrepreneurs. And by them being entrepreneurs and have the mindset, we help them create the products and we teach them how to go out and offer their products to the public and to the world. So if you like what we're doing, thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to support us. Thank you for sharing and putting people on notice. If you don't purchase or don't have the money to purchase, share it. Share and like the video. Share it and leave a positive comment. Share it 5 times. Share it 10 times. Let's get the word out. And if we can do it, you can do it too. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, this is Nicholas King Bolek Brown. Check me out on YouTube. As of now, it's the channel is CBH, Community Brotherhood. Support Boss Brothers Universe. Check us out on Boss Brothers Universe on all social media platforms. And again, if we can do it, you can do it too. Thank you.